A man can just be friends with an attractive woman.
Can?
Cat.
This one's hard because I can be. I don't have those urges to want to like sleep with every woman. So I have friends that I have no urge to sleep with. But like as a general consensus, I don't think so. So
No technicalities, bro.
So I think it's all about, again, as we've been saying before, it's all about choices. I think if you find a woman attractive, it depends on, are you going to choose to pursue her or not? But for some of us, like if we're speaking from personal experience, I've met many attractive women, and that's not the only thing that, I'm looking for. It's also about personality. So she can be a 10, but if it's like the personality is just, someone who doesn't challenge me on a spiritual level, emotional level, someone who also is like emotionally unavailable, like, then it doesn't really matter.
I have friends who I would consider very attractive, but then at the same time, when I think about it, I wouldn't be able to stand like being alone in a room with them for like more than like 10 minutes.
I have some female friends that are like that. The reason that they hang out with them because they're part of the group, but no.
That's what I mean.
I can acknowledge if like certain female friends of mine are attractive, but doesn't mean I'm like sexually attracted to them. And it comes to a point where like I see them as like sisters or just such close friends that even like the thought of them naked like grosses me out, because like I just don't see them that way. I see them as like very close, like almost like family in some cases and things of that sort. And sometimes like you grow up with certain women and you see them as like a sister and you see them as a close friend, and you just grow up and you don't see her like that.
Fundamentally, what's natural and what is possible, I think, are two different things.
Correct.
Is it natural to not be attracted to a very attractive woman to you?
No.
I don't think so. But with a lot of intention with it, and your priorities are elsewhere, and you're very intentional with how you're showing up in that space, I think you can do it. And I think that was the question, if it can be done.
Yes.
Not if it's natural or not.
I agree. 100% agree with that, gentleman. It can be done, but
if I'm attracted to you, honestly,
I wouldn't suggest it to most women that, you can be friends. Just because most men cannot control their urges. And that's the sad thing about us. It is what it is.
I'm trying to smash. You understand? We gotta have sex, and we have to be in some type of sexual situation, or I don't really want to, interact with you. On top of that,
that's me. I do not really care to interact with women unless it's business or intimacy. I don't. Not that I don't have female friends. I just choose not to.
I don't believe in giving women non-sexual attention unless we're in a relationship. And the reason why is because I feel like non-sexual attention from a man towards a woman is very valuable. So I'm not just giving you that just to be friends. So I'm saying, like, I'm not just going to do that for you. And so what it is that if I'm going to do that for you, you have to be under my program, which means that we're in some sort of sexual relationship between me and you. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
I agree.
I
with
think
him
that
on
men and
one.
women can be friends. It's just not because the man wants to. Most often, it's the man is trying to sleep with the woman,
Right?
And he's trying to hang around long enough for her to slip up and make that happen. I mean, let's keep it 100,
Exactly.
right? So, can they? Yes, and that would have been the technicality. Like when I saw you moving, I'm like, but overall, most of the time, you're not going to see a man be friends with a very overweight woman. You're not going to see a man be friends with a very unattractive woman unless there's some kind of financial reward there. So, by and largely, I don't buy guy friends, particularly with any girl I'm seeing. It's like, yeah, right.
I think when I think about it, like, and I had a technicality on the other side because I'm like, yeah, part of me really believes that can happen. But then I go back to my experience in life and my friends, and it's really hard. I was running over there in my head, like, should I sit down? But I was running all these scenarios from life experience of my friends who have said that, girls and guys, because it's not just guys. And it's never.
I have a story. One of my good friends in high school. He also has a good friend. They used to live together. They, roommated together. He was with his girlfriend. His girlfriend at the time, I think they were kind of like not seeing each other or whatever. And as soon as she gave the green light to his friend, he smashed. And that ruined the relationship between the two best friends. It ruined my relationship somewhat with the other friend, that friend that smashed somewhat too. And that was one of the biggest examples I had in my life that they both grew up together with the girl. The girl's been with my friend since they were like 15, 14. And then throughout their 20s, they stayed together on and off, and then they became roommates. And in their mid-20s, that happened. And they all known each other for a long time. So technically, they were friends. But again, as soon as she gave him the green light to smash, he smashed, and it destroyed the relationship between everybody. And that's the problem. I don't see very many men that can control those urges when the opportunity presents itself. That's just me.
Never worked out that way. It just never is. And I think because, and it's, if you find the person can be, yes, a person can be an attractive person and you not find that person attractive and you be friends.
You have friendship
But I
and
think
attraction.
that's my thing.
Yeah,
Part
you
of the
can't do that.
relationship is friendship and getting
Right.
along. And then on top of it, you find that person attractive.
No way.
I just think it's a very rare thing.
Yeah.
You know, yes, a person can be attracted to me and you not find them attractive, and I can be friends with that person. But if I'm finding that, or if you're finding that person attractive and you build a friendship
connect, yeah.
you connect,
Then you probably want to be with them.
that's like, I don't think I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist, but to me, just again, in my experience in life and just knowing my friends and people, I don't know one that has worked out that way.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with like
I agree.
your own experiences. Obviously, if that's what you've seen or that's what you personally experienced, that like you yourself couldn't be in a friendship with a woman, like again, that's your personal experience though. Whereas the question is like, can a man, any man, be in a regular friendship with a woman?
Like a real friendship, like they're actually really friends.
Yeah.
And he not want to sleep with her and find her attractive? No.
I think it's BS.
Because like at that point, like we're always talking about like, now we're talking about like what is an attractive woman, right? Are we talking about just looks? Because in this case, like there are people who like honestly don't like have sexual like desires for a woman who isn't like emotionally linked.
I think it's, is she attractive to you?
Yeah.
I think that's like the basis of it. When you look at specific situations, so for some of these females that work for you, for example, if they're very attractive, do you feel, I would imagine you have the capacity to compartmentalize that?
Gift from God. Yeah, man. The second I sign their check, it's gone.
It's gone, right? So I think it's the same thing with friends as significant others as well. It's like I have the ability to compartmentalize it where it's like, all right, this attraction is just dissipates.
So is that the barrier that can make a man friends with an attractive woman? If there's that barrier of him being in a relationship, or are you working for them?
Well, first of all, we're not friends. You work for me.
Right.
You know, I care about you fully. You're part of the family, but you work for me. We're not personal friends. And me and you will not be in an atmosphere we're alone.
Right. So when you go back to it, is it a thing where if you're both single, do we all think that you could be friends with an attractive woman? If we're both single.
Don't know.
Nope. I don't know.
No.
I don't
No.
A man
The age-old questions. Can men and women be friends? Yes. If it's just a possibility, can it happen? Yes. Am I gonna advise men and women to do it? Fuck no. The chances are so low. The urges of men and the accessibility of women is what makes it hard. If that woman is gorgeous and she just like have at it, are you gonna really say no? I don't think very many men have that ability to. It's just what it is. I mean, we hear stories about it from all these women that thought these male friends were good friends until an incident happens and it changes them. And that's why I don't advise it, because I don't want women to go through it. Like, them going through that makes men in such a worse light now, because they thought somewhat highly of men to be friends, and then it dashed that like image away. So please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. It's ciao time.